Hi, Someday My Prince Will Come. It's a great jazz standard that many people has played through the years. I have played it a lot, and it's a jazz waltz with a 3/4 time signature. And in this lesson I will show you how I'm thinking with the soloing scales through the songs. I take one chord at a time and go through it. Okay, so we start immediately. The first chord is B flat major 7, alright, and the key is B flat major. So I play the B flat major scale. No secrets there. Johnian scale. The next chord is a D7. And here I play a kind of altered scale, starting from the root here, D. I play the flat 9, major 3rd, 4th, 5th, sharp 5th, or flat 6th, or flat 13, and minor 7th tone. And if you listen, probably can hear that it's a harmonic minor scale, and it's a harmonic minor scale in G. You can see it as a harmonic minor scale in G, but I prefer to see it as what it is. It's a altered scale to D, since the chord is D. If the chord has been G minor, I have seen it as a harmonic minor scale. But now it's a D7 chord, and I use this scale. And actually it's not so far away from the basic key B flat major scale. If you just take the F tone and raise it to the F sharp tone, you will get this scale. Otherwise it's the same tone as in B flat major. That's a way to think, to be as near the basic key as possible to make it sound natural. Of course you can choose other scales, and you do that to create tension and so on in the play. But here is the tension is with the F sharp tone here. It's the major 3rd in the D7 chord that goes to the E flat major 7 chord. And here I play the E flat Lydian scale. That's the same as the B flat Johnian scale, same tones. But you start from the E flat, okay. So it's from the same family. Next chord is G7. And here I play the same kind of altered scale as on D7. But from G then. G, root, flat 9, major 3rd, 4th, 5th, sharp 5th, minor 7. I say sharp 5th, or I can also say flat 6th or flat 13. It's the same tone. Since it's the perfect 5th in this scale, it can be better to say flat 13 here. And this is a C minor harmonic, okay. But again, I see it as a G kind of altered scale here, since it's altered tones in that scale. You can also raise the flat 9 to a 9th and get this scale. If you want to be as near the basic key, you can do that. You play the A instead of A flat here. And that's a melodic minor actually from C. For me it's more tension in this tone, the flat 9 tone. Here. So I prefer that tone, but sometimes I'm using the 9th. Next chord is C minor, and then we're back to the basic key. So this is the basic key, that's B flat. and the B flat scale from C will be a Dorian scale in C on this C minor chord. Next chord is G7 again, and then back to C minor. So after that we have the F7 chord, and you're still in the basic key. From F in the basic key you will get the Mixolydian scale, alright. So again it's B flat scale. It's the same tone as in B flat scale, but when you play F7 as chord, you will get the Mixolydian sound there. Alright. Then we have a chord vamp from D minor, C sharp diminished, C minor and F7. The first chord here, D minor, again I play it as in the basic key. And then we get the Phrygian scale, the Phrygian sound. It's quite interesting that you play the same tones, but if you change the chord, you will get another sound to the soloing scales. So here we get the Phrygian scale, alright. Next chord is interesting. It's a C sharp diminished chord, and I see it as an A7 chord. It's not so far away, you hear that it's familiar to each other here, but it's a A7 without root tone, but in this case with the major third in the bass. So you have the major third, the 7th tone, minor 7th tone, the flat 9th tone, and the perfect 5th, alright? So I play it as it will be a A7, okay. And I'm using actually the same kind of altered scale as on D7 and G7, so it will sound like this. You get this from A then, it's the root, flat 9 or flat 2nd, but I prefer to say flat 9 because it's easier to understand that it's altered tone there. Flat 9, major 3rd, 4th, 5th, flat 13 and minor 7th tone. And it's a harmonic minor in D, but again I see it as an altered scale here to A7. Yes, and then we have C minor, back to Dorian scale, and F7, back to Mixolydian scale. And then this goes twice here. Then we take the song from the beginning. I have already talked about all the chords and scales there. And we come to the 8 last bars that starts with F minor, B flat 7 to E flat major 7, and that's 2, 5, 1 and E flat. So here we actually change the key to E flat major, alright? So we can see it, if you play the E flat major scale through these chords, you will get Dorian in F, Mixolydian in B flat, and Johnian in E flat. 2, 5, 1 in E flat. On the dominant chord here, I don't play altered scales here. I don't know why, but in this song, on this place, I very often play the altered scale here on the dominant. And this is what you call the altered scale. The tones from B flat, since it's a B flat 7 chord, it's the root, flat 9, sharp 9, major 3rd, flat 5, sharp 5 and minor 7 tone. You can do do that on every dominant chord, every seventh chord, everywhere more or less. And you can also play the dominant diminished scale. That's a symmetric scale that starts with a half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, and so on. And it looks like this when you play it in this position. And you can play that every third step actually, as with a chord. Right? You can also play the whole tone scale on the dominant chord here, and that's whole tone steps. So it can sound like this: F minor, B flat 7, E flat major 7. So here I play the altered scale first time, the whole tone scale second time, and the diminished scale the third time. And you can of course play it as you want here. This was just example of how it can sound when you use the altered tones on the dominant chord here. Alright, when the key is changing in a song like this, you can prepare the new key to play it before it actually comes. You anticipate the new key a beat, a bar, or even 2 bars before. I do it when I play the song in the beginning of this video, but I can try to show it what I mean here. So I start from C minor before the new key, 4 bars before the new key. Okay, C minor. And the new key. And when I'm soloing, it can sound like this if I prepare the new key before it comes. 1, 2, 3. I hope you heard that. I play the new key a bar before it comes. You can do so when in all situations that it happens something with a new key or a chord that comes as a surprise in a song, or you can surprise the listener to do things like this. Next chord after the E flat major 7 is a diminished again, and it's a E diminished chord, and actually it's the same chord as the C sharp diminished. And I again see this chord as a A7 without root and with the flat 9 in the chord. So I play the same scale as the C sharp diminished here. It's the kind of altered scale, and it's the D minor harmonic. Okay. And the song ends with F in the bass with a B flat chord, F in the bass with a C minor chord, and you can go to F7 there, but you can also stay on C minor, and it ends with a B flat. So the last bar is B flat major, and again if you play the C minor it's a Dorian mode there. So this was some of my thinking here, and you can of course, I think I do that, play chromatic tones and other scales and so on, but this is my basic thinking when I play this song. Hope you can have use of this, and it can be good if you play a song, go through the song chord by chord. What can I use here? If you choose to be as near the basic key, or if you will choose some out scales, or if you will choose some altered scales and so on. And just try it and practice it, and after a while you will hear what you like and what you want it to sound like in a song. But see a song as a song for itself and make it feel like you want it to make, create a feel in the song with the tones you choose. That's a good starting point when learning a song. Of course you will learn the melody and the chord to start with, but if you talk about soloing here, try different scales when you play the song and practice the song. And the more scales, the more alternatives you have, the easier to play it, and you will also get variations. You can vary your solo with more alternatives to choose. Okay. So, thanks for listening to this lesson, and hope to see you again.